What's up, Expanse fans? Welcome back to the channel, The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 5, Back to the Butcher. Alright. Well, Episode 4 was banging. That shit was insane. Just the space battle was super dope. Just the being able to actually experience in the moment and out of the moment with the gravity shifts is just so interesting. Shed got his head blasted off.
Shed has no head.
That was
no head Shed.
That was a pretty shocking moment, and just
that was a lot of
when the boost, like just seeing like the blood just kind of float out of his friggin'.
Well, and then when the gravity came back, it was like splash.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty rough. But like,
I know you guys like it when I do the throw up. I know it.
It's a big hit on the channel for sure. But
crazies.
The flagship Martian ship is gone. Like, that was crazy. They went into that battle very, very, very confident, very chill and calm in their capabilities and their technology and all that stuff. And they didn't even realize that it was like 5 ships that was actually really behind them. They kind of just boop and then attacked. And it was like
R.I.P. Captain Teresa. Captain Yao.
That was rough. That was really rough. It was just really interesting because we've been led to believe that they have the most advanced technology, the best weapons, the best stuff, and they just got their asses handed to them in a battle. And you could probably chalk it up to just like they didn't show up that day to play the game as like a sports analogy. They didn't show up that day. But they didn't. They got their asses kicked, and their ship is gone, and people died. And I mean, Holden and company got out, minus Shed, obviously. Alex is piloting a new ship, which is good for them. They have a ship now, so they could actually get out and maybe deliver the message that the Martians had nothing to do with the Canterbury. So we'll see where that goes, but it's super interesting. And Miller is running around looking for Busy Batuco, and he thought he had him, but then realized he didn't have him. There was a corpse that had all these implants in his body that weren't him. And then he shows up to a sports book, essentially a sports book where they were doing slingshotting, and like
what in the actual fuck?
It's like drifting in NASCAR, where like a car comes up behind another car and it uses the momentum and the it removes the air pressure, and then they can like slingshot around that. It's essentially the same thing that they're using the planet's orbits. Is that correct? It's basically the gravitational pulls of the planets and it's slingshotting them through.
Look at you.
I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you guys will, and we appreciate that very much.
So Busy's body is basically copied over and over again. So like there could be a dozen Busies, but only one actual Busy.
Yeah, that whole Miller's investigation is getting really interesting because it seems like every time he gets closer and figures something out, it kind of gets a little wackier. And he just still doesn't know that his partner is been impaled, but is alive. The dude's alive, but it's crazy. Yeah, that was just insane. I didn't think those dudes would leave him alive. But I'm
sure they didn't mean to leave him alive.
I'm sure they didn't.
I'm sure the intent was to kill. They fucking speared him through his middle. Like, dude.
That's pretty insane. But this whole scenario with the Canterbury and who's responsible, it's really, really interesting because unless it's someone that we haven't met, which I completely don't think is the case, I think it is someone that we have met. Like, I've racked my brains so much on this, even post-watching this show. It's like, I'm trying to think of ways, like, could it be Miller? Could it be Miller's, like, the girl that he's been helping?
Julie.
Well, not the one that it could be the girl that he's searching for, but the cop that's been helping him. Like, is she associated? Like, I'm thinking of like every potential person that could be linked to this and be like, all right, do you have something to do with it? You got something to do with it? You got something to do with it? You got something to do with it?
Actually, I didn't catch her name, so I'll have to let you know what her name is. Darn it.
Could it be the UN woman who's in control, who's got the super dope voice, who's kind of working things? Like, could it be someone on the crew? Could it be Naomi, because they keep saying that she's OPA and that she's not, or she is, or whatever? Could it be Holden? Who knows? I'm super interested to find out and see this continue to play out. I hope it's a slow burn all the way through this season. But, like, This mystery is just fascinating, and it's super cool. I love all the technical space stuff that we get to experience with like the real life scenario of all of it. I think it's super cool. I'm really, really digging this show. Do you have any other thoughts before we jump in it? Do you have a take on who could be responsible for all this?
No. I'm
Even
just
with your
trying to keep
notes?
track of names, yo.
All right, you ready to jump into this episode then?
Yes.
Let's go.
There he is.
Dang.
You're an idiot. Nice to see you too, Mark.
You don't listen. I told you, keep your head down, keep your eyes open, especially in the Medina.
I told you I was going there too.
Please tell me this is just a get-well present for yourself.
She's been teaching me. I get pretty good too.
Man, the next spike's gonna go right through your skull.
Yeah, coming from a real fountain of police wisdom. You know, look the other way, take your bribe, do as little as possible.
Hey, you see any extra holes in me, pal? You think she cares about you? What's the name of the scumbag that paid you to lure him down to the Medina so they could jam up a cop?
Passion fonsa come.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, no. Lopez.
He's probably not going to make it. Oh, he got shot in the leg, too.
You remember
Come
that?
here and
Yup.
help me.
Dang.
You know what you're doing?
I fix ships, not people.
Damn it!
Just hold him still.
Oh, God. Oh!
Where's Alex?
I'm coming. Oh, Jesus. Catch him up. I'm not shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Neither did he.
Just give him a shot.
All right, Amos. That's fucking dope.
Whatever you say, bro.
As far as we know, nobody made it off the Dons.
Correct.
And no one knows that we're alive.
That's right.
Then who just sent us a message?
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Dun dun dun. Obviously, somebody knows that you're alive. And in that ship.
I feel like Lopez is over there, like, sending messages. Or is he fucking dead over there?
He looks pretty out of commission at the moment. I don't think he's gonna make it much longer. He got pretty fucked up.
Or, I mean, I couldn't tell if he was alive or dead right there.
I think he was alive. I think he was just like taking a nap or something. 11 years ago.
Blue is your favorite color. Try that one first. This is Anderson Station.
This is UN-1. Are you ready to surrender? Survivors of the Donninger. My name is Fred Johnson, Director of Operations at Tycho Station. I don't know who you
What's up, Tyrese? We
may be.
missed that last episode.
Or you need to contact me. I can help you.
Isn't he some kind of big shot for the OPA?
Yeah, what does it matter? He offered us help. We have to go somewhere.
Well, I say we fly to the nearest Mars base and turn ourselves in.
We'll just roll up in a stolen Mickey Corvette with a dead Martian in the trunk.
He is dead.
Oh shit.
Sure, they'll roll out the red carpet.
Hey, smartass. A lot of good Martians died, saving our lives so we get the truth out.
We're the only survivors from the Canterbury and the Donninger. We look like terrorists. No one's gonna believe our story. I wouldn't believe us. Fred Johnson just offered us a lifeline.
You can't trust Fred Johnson. We all know what he's capable of.
That was like 10 years ago.
I vote no.
Holden's got a point.
I'm with you, boss.
We're not going anywhere.
This is interesting. I mean, Holden's got a point. How convenient that they survive those two experiences. Like,
Remember the cat.
His name's Filat Kotari. The governor's orders were to proceed with extreme caution when dealing with any known OPA members. Luckily, this asshole's not OPA. If he resists, take him out. If he runs, shoot him. And if he accidentally falls out an airlock, that's life.
Oh, shit. All right.
Airlock is one of us. This is still our station. Let's make sure that people don't think otherwise.
Have you seen the footage of Havelock and Cathari?
Planning on doing anything about it?
Planning on hunting the guy down and killing him. Real slow. Where's the guy gonna go? You know, everything going on out there, all this shitstorm that we're in, it's all got to do with her, Julie Mao. You know that memory crypt that we took out of that stiff? It had an unregistered flight path for a ship called the Anubis. Anubis was headed for Eros. Maybe something's being transported on this ship. Julie's ship was sent out to intercept it. And then, suddenly, ships start blowing up. The Canterbury, the Doninger. It's got to be connected. I need more pieces to the puzzle.
What do you think is on this Anubis?
Something. Something worth spilling a lot of blood over.
Maybe this is above your pay grade.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I can do it, huh? I don't think I can crack the case.
You need to take this upstairs.
Until then, I just I'll do my pathetic best.
Dang.
And then also, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
We will not listen to threats. We do not negotiate with terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, I understand.
Think about your children. UN command out.
They're calling us terrorists.
Of course they are.
We need to surrender now.
We have to fight back.
With what? We're not soldiers.
If we surrender now, it's as good as killing our own children.
What the hell is that? They're taking out the generators.
Why not go to Tycho if we got nowhere else to go?
It's a long story.
I always back your play because you always do the right thing. But usually I can figure out why.
It's not the place, it's the man.
Fred Johnson?
I've known guys like him. Guys with causes. Causes that get people killed.
Is Fred Johnson the one behind what's going on in that flashback? He's gonna blow up all those people?
Please don't.
Tell Fred Johnson to clear us a berth. We're good to go.
You talk Naomi into it.
With our track record, we'll probably get Tycho blown to smithereens, too.
I'm sorry about your partner. An appalling injustice. Piece of trash who tried to crucify him is not one of our ranks. What's worse, he's not even remorseful.
How would you know that?
Yeah.
Because as we speak, he's in an OPA safe house. He believes he's under my protection.
Uh-oh.
You don't see what I see. A series for Belters, run by Belters. Right now, the OPA controls most of the grid's air, power, water, the very lifeblood of the station. Earthers get to walk outside into the light, breathe pure air, look up at a blue sky and see something that gives them hope. And what do? They look past that light, past that blue sky. They see the stars and they think, mine.
There's a lot of animosity towards the Earthers, taking advantage of not realizing what they have.
Earthers have a home. It's time Belters had one too.
Oh, basically go home? Like, you don't belong here, go home? Go back to Earth?
Julie Mao was one of ours. I want to find out what happened to her. Go get your justice, Miller. Make it pretty. Let's do this again.
Shit.
Make it pretty.
Holy shit.
Protests demanding justice for lost ship Canterbury and her crew gave way to violent mobs who targeted Martians.
Looks like we're not the only ones who remember the can. I just tucked into a feed from Ganymede and...
Hey, when you sent that message to Fred Johnson, you didn't give him names or anything, did you?
No, of course not. Well, partner, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to stay anonymous now.
Oh, shit.
Let me know if you want your face to look a little different.
The message got out, they didn't know. They had no idea. Fuck, now he's a friggin' the center of all those riots.
Whoops. I forgot that he didn't realize that the message actually got out.
And that's why it's kind of like, in hindsight, questioning his decisions. Like...
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Julie Mao.
You never asked a girl down at the docks if she was looking for some drilling work?
That's the last stupid thing you get to say to me during this interview.
Julie Mao chartered my ship, but that was a couple years ago. It was nothing. She wanted to tour the belt. Figured her for a dirt side of slumming. Flirting with the OPA, sticking it to her old man at the same time.
Trying to recruit her.
A month into the trip, we stopped over at the mines on Callisto. News was that a tunnel collapse had torn open veins of cadmium and people were dying from the vapors. After 2 days down at the aid camp, I begged Julie to get out of there, but she said she was okay. She said she felt safe. Breathing the same poison air as those belters, eating the same contaminated food. She was helping kids. Never saw her shed a tear over the fact that she had to take anti-cancer meds for the rest of her life.
Wow.
You were trying to stop her from getting involved in something ugly. I want to know what it was.
She was hanging around some hardcore OPA. Anderson Dawes.
Yep. That dude.
I don't know. A few weeks before she shipped out, she asked me to hook her up with the data broker.
This guy.
Tech Noir, level 14. Asked the clerk for a Sherpa. You don't understand, Julie?
She went out there, probably got herself killed over some stupid cause she barely understood anyway.
I feel like it's a lot more than that with her. I think Julie's got a lot more involvement than being led on.
Yeah.
We can still be heard.
How?
There's an auxiliary type beam transmitter mounted on Toro 5. I should be able to relay the station's camera footage and broadcast out.
My name is Miranda Brown.
4 days ago, the miners working for the Anderson Hyosung Corporation took control of the station in an effort to protest the treatment of our children. This is my daughter. She and the other children have been diagnosed with what the medics are calling hypoxic brain injury. It's due to the low oxygen working environments.
She got it when she came to live here with me.
We have tried repeatedly to surrender to the UN Marines, but we just wanted to be heard for the sake of our children.
Oh no.
The fuck?
The ship get blown up.
All terrorists have been subdued. Well done, Colonel. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
The butcher of Anderson Station.
You have
Damn,
my
dude.
solemn promise that you will not be harmed, and you will be granted safe harbor on Tycho. Since you've chosen to remain anonymous, I can only hope you have no hostile intent. You will need to change your transponder code in order to avoid detection. The instructions are embedded in this message. Do not deviate from them in any way.
Yeah.
Safe journey.
That way they can't send any other messages anywhere else in case he decides to not play by the rules.
Right.
Because clearly that message from got out about what they did to that ship of terrorists.
You're doing great.
We need to give the ship a new name to complete the override.
Screaming Firehawk. Yeah, let's advertise that we're a gunship.
Give me something, please.
Rocinante. It's Spanish for
Workhorse. I like it. I know a lady named Rocinante. She was good to me.
Whatever. Punch it.
I mean, it's going to be really hard to trust Fred.
I mean,
After what we
speechless.
just...
I can't even come back from that, dude.
After what we just saw what he did, there's no way he could be trusted. And Naomi knew. Don't trust this dude.
Looking for a Sherpa.
Ah, sas.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
Little guy comes in, says he wants a Sherpa. Come back here, tell this dude he's got a customer. Is that right?
Yeah, you can work back here. That's all I know.
It's me and Selma, just dumping shit.
Miller, over here.
I know. What was that little, like, animal thing that, like, Julie had in her apartment? Everybody's getting their liquids.
What did you find, Miller? Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no. Bitch! The fuck?
I guess he's getting close to something important.
I mean, if anybody wants to kidnap you, that's probably, you know, means you
good
have something.
sign. A good sign, but a bad sign.
Right.
Like, they just leave you alone if you were way off. But if you start getting close...
Samsonite, I was way off.
Yeah. I think Miller being told that he needs to knock it up to upstairs and it's too big for him and out of his pay grade, I think that's going to motivate him a lot more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did, yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't know how high up he is in terms of the rankings of the police department here.
It doesn't feel like that much.
But if he's like a standard detective isn't going to be solving like FBI level cases. Like that doesn't, like, that's probably why she's like, you need to, like, that's out of your pay rate, dude. You need to, like, send that up.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I get it. It makes sense. And he's like, oh, this is my chance. I'm going to freaking solve this shit. It was like, it started off, finding Julie was like this just side gig that no one knew about as like just an extra way for him to make a bunch of money into potentially being the key to everything that's going on right now.
Totes.
And when he was talking to that one dude that was, I guess, hooking up with her, like...
I didn't catch his name, by the way. I'm sorry.
He made it clear, at least it felt clear, that she was way, way bigger than what he was describing her as. That she had way
seemed like
more...
a good person. Like, she was helping, like, children, and she was helping folks.
I mean, she's clearly the key, I feel like, to, like, everything that's going on. And whatever he pulled out of that rat, like, he's probably going to have a lot of really important information if he even gets eyes on it.
Hopefully they don't find it in the brim of his hat.
Yeah, I mean, he was smart by hiding it there.
Totally. Not just, like, putting it in
your
pocket.
He knew that it was probably very sensitive, and good call, Miller. Good job. Well done. I have faith in you. I think you could do it. You don't need to... This ain't out of your pay grade. You got this, sir. No problem. But this Fred's a problem, it feels like.
Fred did some real bad shit.
Yeah, like 10 years ago, that flashback...
11 years.
11 years?
11.
I thought it was 10.
No, it was 11.
They surrendered. They gave up. And he still blew up a bunch of women and children and classified them all as terrorists.
And that they've been subdued.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he got the name the Butcher. You don't get that nickname without doing something nice. That's for damn sure.
By
man,
yeah,
that was pretty insane.
So it's like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to them? No, they can't go to this dude. It's just gonna all be bad.
And it's, again, like, I hate to keep questioning his decision making, but in hindsight, it's a lot easier to do so than being in the moment. I 100% agree with the idea that they need to go to him. They don't have any other options.
No,
but Naomi, she was like, no, like, we can't trust this guy. They can't trust this guy. And he's clearly learned from his mistakes. So where he, like, made them change everything on their communications, really. And so that they're not going to be able to send out any communications if something goes wrong, is my assumption. That's what I played from that, because I feel like the dude that got blown up was able to get a message out, which is why people knew what happened 10 years ago or 11 years ago or whatever it was. Like, I feel like the Butcher, this dude feels like he's pulling a lot of strings, that he's got a lot of responsibility with what's going on here.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, it goes back. I kind of mentioned it real quick in the episode, but like we've questioned Holden's decision making. He rushed to making that video about Mars. And again, not a situation that I disagree with in the moment, because it's like, fuck, who else would have done that? It was the Martians. Yeah, duh. Let's send out a quick send out a quick message to let everyone know in case we don't survive this.
I mean,
but
kind of oops.
But holy shit, like look what it caused down at Ceres. Like it created this entire it's pandemonium. It's complete just disarray, like riots everywhere and like cops getting kidnapped and friggin' stabbed through the chest and like everybody's like, remember the can't. And it's like, if Holden never got that message out, it probably wouldn't be as big. Like, I feel like there'd still be a big mess.
But
it wouldn't be as big.
Would they know?
Ceres wouldn't. Like, the common people at Ceres, like the people just walking around the station probably wouldn't know. Like, that shit was broadcasted on all the TVs like it was a news story. So, Holden's face became like basically their symbol of their riot. It's like, shit. But yeah, like, again, he makes very emotional and in the moment and decisions that he believes is the right decisions. And they're impossible to disagree with in the moment, but seeing their actions play out, it's like, eh.
But I feel like Naomi makes just as many emotional decisions. Like, sometimes hers feels like out of spite. Like, no, you want to do that? I don't want to do that just because you do want to do that.
Well, yeah, her and Holden clearly have a little bit of this going on.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I'm still, like, I don't know where my trust level is with Naomi. I still don't even know where my trust level is with Holden, to be honest. Like,
well, I mean, it looks like Naomi is actually dealing with a lot. I mean, like that end scene, like you could tell she's not sleeping well. She's just like laying there. She's struggling with things.
Yeah, I mean, Holden, it's one of those things where I'd be shocked if he had anything negative to do with what is going on. But I also wouldn't be surprised if that was the twist somewhere. I don't want to think like that because I feel like he's a genuinely really good dude. And like you saw the way that he just wanted to enjoy some coffee. It's like, if you're really up to bigger, badder things, I don't think you'd be so focused on like, oh my God, I got a cup of coffee. Like, I think you'd be doing something more like what Naomi's doing, like laying sleepless and not comfortable kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That could be a really interesting, like, way of telling the story of trying to maybe swerve you, but I don't want to overthink it, even though I probably am. There's just so many potential. They're leaving it. Going with it. The fact that they're leaving it as such a mystery is making my friggin' brain of theories just go crazy. Like, I'm thinking of every potential scenario. But yeah, it's really good, that's for sure. And I want to know what Julie's connection is to all of this, because I feel like Miller's going to unravel something at some point, if he hasn't already and not just hasn't realized it.
Right.
But he keeps following the trail, and the trail is leading him in the right direction for what he's trying to solve. It feels really dangerous, though.
Yes. Yes. There's definitely a bigger picture. It's just might be scary.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that, and it's another really interesting situation that, you know, they survived the explosion at the Canterbury. They survived the Martian explosion. Like, did they honestly have any other choice besides... I mean, it's really fishy that Fred was able to send a communication to them, considering that no one was supposed to know that they were even there.
That's true.
So... I don't know. Very interesting stuff. This show is really interesting. It's literally got my theory brain just friggin' going crazy. Like, all I want to do is just like come up with reasons why this is happening, who's behind it, and all that stuff. It's just so interesting. So I'm fascinated by this show.
I'm just going with it. I just need to see more episodes to piece things together.
Yeah, this show's super dope though. I'm hooked. It's gonna be fun getting to 2 a week, and should be soon. Should be real soon. So if you got to this point, you'll know that 2 episodes a week of The Expanse is coming soon. So, do you have any other thoughts on this episode?
Nope.
All right, y'all. Leave your comments down below. We make our best efforts to see every comment. So like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll catch y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.